On this episode of Carnage, it is day 0 of Drag Challenge and the ute is already broken. Right, well, here's the state of the nation as it sits right now. We have been working on the ute for the last 18 hours, longer. We left MPW at 1 a.m. in the morning. We thought, let's take advantage of the cool weather, drive across while it's cool, get here early, and then we'll deal with the trailer and all those sort of spare parts stuff that we're going to tow behind the ute. You know, deal with that today, but man, we had multiple stops last night on the highway. It kept getting hot all the time, even though it was like 10 degrees, as in air temperature was 10 degrees, you know, like it's just crazy. I don't understand why it's getting so hot. And then, so multiple stops, and then we get 20 minutes from the track and it destroys a serpentine belt, or the serpentine belt, because there's only one and we only had one. So stranded in a Macca's car park. We slept the night in our Silverado that we've been cruising around in the last couple of days. Look, not a bad car, but wouldn't recommend them as a bed. So I'm stuffed already and the event hasn't even started. So right now what we're going to do is get the car tilt trade back to the shop. We're going to bust our guts on it all day. There's a couple little tech things that have to be done. We still haven't done the isolation switch, so we've got to do that. Got to do our roll bar padding, put the proper SFI stuff in there. Got to do that for tech. But then it's got to sort this cooling issue out. Like, if we can't sort it, we'll be able to do day 1 and that's about it. So anyway, let's take it back to the shop. Let's sort it out and let's see if we can actually do Drag Challenge with the Drag Challenge ute.
So this is 10 years since we started this malarkey. 10 years we started to go with 18 cars. Would you believe it? A fair number of those are here today. Obviously, a lot of you have had a look at the track, and the track is not looking particularly flash. The sanctioning bodies also had a look at the track and made a determination that we're not going to race today. The Calder Park guys have worked their butts off to avoid that. They've worked really, really hard. I don't have any acrimony to those guys because they have sweated their absolute balls out to make it happen, but it's just not going to happen today. We don't want to risk anybody's safety, so we're not going to race today.
Well, we're back. It is, what is it? Wednesday. It's hard to keep track. I rang my wife last night and I realised from my phone logs that I actually hadn't called her for 2 or 3 days. It's just been like that. I think we've been flat out on the spanners for like 72 hours. We've had very little sleep. When we left here yesterday, we got the car tilt tray back to the workshop. We went hunting parts. We met the car at the workshop and then we were just diving right into everything. So we have a different thermo fan on it. We've taken the Lexan radiator out, put the other radiator, the original one, back in it. Still the ProFlow radiator, but you know, it's now got a Maridine fan.
Maridine, yep.
We found a bad earth on the actual thermo fan, which we think may have been contributing as well. We now put a thermostat in there because on the dyno the thermostat was cooking it, but I think maybe that was a combination of other factors, so now thermostat's back in. Heat management seems to be good. We made it here in one go last night, where previously, the previous attempt was 5 stops and a breakdown and sleeping in the car. It was just a nightmare. By the way, this is Junior. This is Tom Junior. You may remember him from the episode of Dad's Ute where I raced Tom Jr. in the big white whale, Moby
Dick,
the big Valiant. So I raced him in Dad's ute, and Tom is joining me for this journey to, help me out, and invaluable. Like, he deep dived into the cooling system of this last night while I was sorting out things like the cut-off switch, because for IHRA they required a switch that cut all the power to the car, and I had to rewire a lot of that stuff to make that work. We needed roll bar padding. There's all sorts of stuff we had to do last night. We had some fuel leakage issues that popped up right at the end of the night, but we're here. We've had 4 hours sleep. 4 hours sleep. That's got to be a record for the last few days, that's for sure. So anyway, today there's no racing here at Calder, unfortunately. Circumstances have occurred. The track has had some damage on it, and IHRA has deemed the track unsafe to race on. So it's really unfortunate. The Calder staff have been trying to repair it and get it up to spec, but it is just not safe for the cars that we have here. We have some genuine 6-second street cars on the property, and man, you just can't send them down. If you can't send them down, you can't send anyone down. That's what it is. It's either everyone or no one, and we're not going to put people's lives in a risk. I mean, racing is dangerous anyway, but there's no point to make it more dangerous.
True.
So it means we've got a full day to get to Mildura. We've got a trailer on the back. It's massive, it's heavy. I have no idea if this car is going to do it. It hauled it here this morning. I don't know how far we're going to get up the road. It may be that I just pull what we need out of it and make the call to the street machine staff to haul the trailer, and then we can't touch the trailer for the rest of the event. That may happen. I don't know. We're going to try. We're going to try and get it up to Mildura, and we're going to try and do it right now. Day one. See how far we get. It's been an adventure already, so see how we go. Cruising along at the moment. It's quite warm. Trans temps 104 at the moment. That's about as good as it's been. Engine temp is 111. People will be freaking out, but you know what? We've been living at that for the last 40 minutes. So, what are you going to do? It is what it is. It's not puking fluids or anything. It's just doing its thing. High, I don't like it. But remember when we put the car together and I put the car builder's stuff under the floor? People were like, oh, you're putting weight into the car. I'm going to say, it is so hot in this car right now, I just couldn't imagine without having that floor insulation in this. And it would be very unpleasant. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You good?
Oh, yeah. Other than melting, but yeah, other than melting, doing good.
Yeah, cool.
Everything seems good.
Well, next service station we're going to pull over and cool down for a while. So we've just made our first fuel stop. Grab some food, grab some fuel, grab some ice. We've just put 98 in it. We're going to try the flex fuel, see what that does to our heat and everything else. Could go really badly, we don't know. We'll just give it a crack. It just took 63 litres, and all we've done is driven from the Dandenong workshop to Calder to here. Economy is not its strong suit. But anyway, we're going to let it cool down. We're going to put some petrol plugs in it, and yeah, see how it goes. I think we need this because I don't think at the current economy level it's going to make it on E85, so we need this. How hot is it down there, Junior?
It's very.
It's very hot?
Yeah.
Hotter than inside the cabin, or?
Look, I think a bit of a much of a muchness, really. Yeah.
Oh, we've given it a chance to cool down though. And then we've got nitrous 383 Commodore, wheel standing T model. It's all happening.
It's the best bit. You do what, 100 k's and you've got 40 litres. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so status report is we are overheated on the side of the road. So it does not like unleaded, doesn't like flex fuel. You know, we don't have that sort of cooling system that flex fuel requires. So I think what we're going to do is run this tank of fuel out. Run the tank of fuel out and we'll put E85 back in it, I think. Certainly runs cooler on E85. Yeah. But anyway, we'll wait it out, let it cool down a bit. Then we'll get to the mandatory stop, which is only just probably 5 k's down the road, and see how it goes from there. But yeah, not going well at the moment. We will make it there, but might be some night driving. Right, so that's what, stop number 3, I think. We did actually catch up with Adam on one of the stops, and he plugged in and adjusted the timing on the flex fuel side of things because it didn't actually have enough timing. For some reason the timing map was out because we'd never really set up the whole flex fuel deal. So anyway, Adam had a look, reset it, and it is getting better, but I think the time's come to pull the bonnet off. We need to try it, I think. We need to just, let's pull it off, stick it in the back, give it a try, see if that makes it better. If it doesn't, the bonnet can go back on, but if it does, she might be going to Mildura with no bonnet. How's the Serenity out here cruising to Mildura? We finally found, I won't say we're running cool, but we're running not too bad. So yeah, bonnet off, that seems to be the answer.
93% the answer. 93.
So we just cruise along, we're making plenty of stops. Yes, it does get a bit warm, and yes, we are running this thing hotter than we should be. But we're getting there, and we will get there. So we'll be able to make passes at Mildura tomorrow. And yeah, the sun's starting to get low now, so it's going to just get better in terms of air temperature. So I don't know what the air temperature was today, but it's felt a bit warm. Certainly got a bit cooked on the old arm. So yeah, touch wood, we're going to make it, make some passes. Just going to cruise off into the sunset right now. What we're going to do though is we're going to run the tank down as far as we can, get this stupid 98 out of it. We've got 100 litres of E85 in it, so we'll get the E85 into it and have an E85 for tomorrow for racing. Anyway, let's run out the rest of this tank. Right, so we're dropping in 3 bottles of E85, so 60 litres, and it's taking 60 litres, so we've run it down a fair bit.
We have.
So 60 litres of E85. It is 189 k's to Mildura. We will use most of this E85, but it will run the tank out a fair bit. It'll cool it down as well. It'll be cooler for driving, which is great. And then we have another 40 litres in the jerrys there, so 40 litres will get us through tomorrow, no worries. That means it's the 8th mile. We only need to make, you know, 1 or 2 passes, and then we'll hit the road, and then there's E85 at Tail and Bend, and we'll fill everything up again. Rinse and repeat. That's what Drag Challenge is all about. Race it, break it, fix it.
That's right. 100%.
Eat, sleep, race, repeat, all that sort of stuff. Anyway. Alright, the sun's going down, it's going to be dark soon, so there's no point filming in the dark, but yeah, it's been a long day, but we'll get there. So, funny story, we forgot a thing. When you put E85 back in the car, you got to change the plugs. We started the car and went to drive off, and it's like running really rough. I'm like, oh, what's going on? And then I went, oh, ding, yeah. We're going to put the 9 heat range plugs back in it, not the 6s that were in it before. Spug plugs are important, kids. So yeah, we're going to pull the petrol plugs out, put the E85 plugs back in it. We'll just use the second handies. We'll save the good ones for the drag strip, but wow. All right, we're going to be changing plugs, maybe in the dark. Well, here we are, Mildura, day 2 of Drag Challenge, and I didn't think we were going to make it. I have never thermally abused the car like I did yesterday with this thing. It lives at 113 degrees engine temp. Like, it's just ludicrous. Like, what engine does that? And it's happy, mind you, it's happy doing it. Yeah, blows my mind. Trans temp, we've seen some fluctuations, but usually it lives in the low 80s, which is totally fine. That's really good. But the engine temp, yeah, like when we left Calder, it didn't like the Maston range. It puked a heap of trans fluid on the exhaust and left a big smoke trail down the highway. I wasn't happy about that. I thought we were about to set fire to the car and burn it to the ground. But yeah, we pushed through. We did a 98 change out on the highway, which turned to be a bad move. It really doesn't like 98 with the trailer. Like, we were at 117 degrees, and we just, like, at that point we just pulled the bonnet off the car and run it with no bonnet, and still for a settled down you know, 113, just running it for an hour at a time, 113 degrees. It's nuts. This is crazy. Like, I don't understand how people come back year after year for Drag Challenge doing this, you know, so. But anyway, we're here, we're gonna change the trans fluid, we're gonna change the engine oil, the filter. We're gonna try and get a pass down, or a couple passes, but to be honest, the dream would be one and done. And then I want to try and see if I can find some E85 at one of the fuel suppliers in town. I don't know that they'll have anything for me because I haven't pre-purchased anything. It is what it is. The pits is buzzing, everything's going off. I can't believe so many people are here this early. Everyone's trying to get in, get it done before it gets too hot. And we're going to try and do the same. So we need to do wheel and tyre change, all the oils, yeah, all that. Get the belly pan back on it because we can't run it on the road with a belly pan. It just cooks. You can't do it. So yeah, we've got a lot of work ahead of us. So we need to just do that. So we're just playing the waiting game, which is a big part of drag racing. It's, you know, there's always hurry up and wait. Car is prepped, ready to go, but we're just going to wait for the call out for the 850 class. So we're running 850, which means fixed index, got to run as close to 850 without going faster. Now for the 8th mile, we have a conversion factor for that, and that is 546. So we have to run as close to 546 as we can without going faster. If we go faster, we have to go back and do it again until we do something that's above 546. So I'm looking for something in the 550 range. If I run a 550, anything under a 6.0 really, I'm going to be happy with that. It should do it easy, but what it also might do easy is a 530. If it does a 530, then I'm screwed and we have to come back around. But anyway, we don't know. The track is hot, the conditions are hot. We don't know if the track can hold it. These are all things we don't know, but we'll find out soon as they call our name.
We need to get back.
reckon we've blown a boost pipe off or something. So the first run hasn't gone well. We blew the boost pipe off in the burnout, and then so when we tried to bring it up on boost on the line, no bueno. So it trans braked here fine. I didn't try and trans brake the burnout, I just did a normal burnout, but yeah, it's obviously popped the pipe off during the burnout, and that's why the burnout didn't go, that first burnout didn't go very well, and then the second one took ages, and I'm like, why is this taking ages? I should have realised there's no boost happening, so therefore no power. And then, yeah, we're gonna have to pull the belly pan off and just check if there's any trans fluid, because we just put fresh trans fluid in it, so it might be slightly over full, and it may have just puked all its extra out. So, but you know, it's going to be a while till we do our second run, so we've got time. We can also just have a drink, cool down for a little bit, just chill, and we'll do another pass, and hopefully that one's better. Right, well let's try this again without blowing the boost pipe off this time. I'm looking for a time between 5:50 and 6:0. If I get something between 5:50 and 6:0, we are hitting the road. Obviously 5:46 would be perfect. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll send it, see what happens, and see what we have to do next. I hope that's what it is. Something simple that we can fix. Thank you. I think it blew the boost pipe off again, but I guess we'll find out. So here we are in Struggle Town, population 1, me. So I went 7.0 on that run at 90 mile an hour, which is way off the car's capabilities. It blew the, as suspected, it blew the boost pipe off about 2/3 down the track. I felt it go, I got off it because I wasn't sure what had happened, but I was kind of like, that went really soft and soggy. Suspect boost pipe, but it could have been a million things that could have been really catastrophic. But we have a faster time. It's not really good. The boys are, well, Bubba, you're not supposed to be working on that. He's giving advice. All right. Tom's working on it right now, trying to seal it up so we can go out and make another pass, and hopefully it's better than this one. But yeah, I could hand it in, but it's admitting defeat straight up. Okay, take 3. Let's try it again. Hopefully within the range that we want. We'll see.
What are you going to be happy with, Scotty?
5.5?
619.
I knew it wasn't going to be, yeah. Look, that'll work. That will work. Right, so we've been on the struggle bus today. We've had boost pipe issues, blowing off, but we've sorted that. We've got a 6.1 out of it. It's not representative of the car. Car can go a lot faster, but we're having traction problems. So I figure let's just hand the time in. You know, it's not going to give us a result that's going to put us anywhere in the rankings, but Drag Challenge isn't about the trophies. Drag Challenge is about the experience, the drive, the racing, and we are definitely getting the full Drag Challenge experience today. So yeah. So anyway, Tom's in the middle of transitioning the car. I'll help him in a sec. I'm going to go hand him my time slip. It is a 6.1. I needed a 5.46, but we'll try and do better tomorrow. Right, so we're on our way to Tailem Bend, and the alternator decided that 16.5 volts was the new standard. So for the short term, what I did was turn on every electrical device I could, which brought the power down to like 13.8 volts, 13.8 to 14.0, which is, you know, pretty much normal. That's good. But I didn't really want to do that long term. You know, we still got 3 hours at least of driving. So I figure let's, well, the one thing we brought as a spare, because I happen to have it in the workshop, was an alternator. So we've put the spare alternator in there, and it looks like it's fit up there in place. So we're just locking it down now, and then we're gonna continue on our way. But yeah. Oh.
Where's the street machine? We're just going to take some photos.
Yeah. Hey mate. So I don't know if you can see this at all, but we're in the dark. The lights on the car do work. The new alternator does work. However, the dash has shut down for some reason and we don't know why. So I've got the laptop plugged in and I'm just sort of yelling out the RPM to Tom Jr. here. So this is Tom's first drive of the car, and here he is in the dark with no dash lights at all. Don't ask me why. But anyway, what do you think, mate?
Beautiful car. It's an easy double.
Yeah, no, you're about the right speed there, so just keep it about that. Alright, so we're going to motor on to Tail and Bend with no dash lights. See how that goes. Right, so after a lot of drama last night, we have made it to Tail and Bend. What happened last night? We left the track, we went and bought some, we were going to buy a drum of E100 from CSB, but they ended up doing us a massive solid. They pre-mixed it for us and then just sold us the amount that we needed, which was 160 litres. So we bought 160 litres from CSB yesterday. That was awesome. And it's Cheetah race fuel, so it's like good E85. So the car was running real good last night until the alternator decided to charge at 16.5 volts, which, you know, is not really a thing. So obviously the internal reg or something died, and yeah, so to mitigate that, for like, we were 20 Ks out of Oyen at the time, and you'll see some of this on the Scotty cam footage. But to mitigate that 16.5 volts, I turned everything electric on, brought it back down to 13.8 to 14 volts, which was pretty normal. We pulled into Oyen, let it cool down, got it up on jack stands. The only major component that we brought as a spare was an alternator. Who knew? Anyway, so kissed on the dick by a fairy, I think. Yeah, we changed it, it works, the car's running fine. In the cool, in the dark, with no bonnet on, she was 97 degrees on the road, which for us is the dream. It's the dream, because out in the sun, in the heat of the day, she's like 110. Yep, that is our life. So we're running in the dark, getting in at midnight, we're getting very little sleep. We are living the full drag challenge experience. Yeah. So we've got the car turned around, it's ready to go. They're gonna run DYO first, then we get a run. So we're gonna run early. Hopefully it runs well. We're aiming for an 850. We'll see how she goes. But yeah, drag challenge. They said it'd be fun. It is, but oh my God, it's work. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Oh, new PB though. Boom, new PB. 8:49.5. I need to run an 8:50, but still, it shows the car is on, it's working. We haven't heard it from the heat. So we're just gonna turn it around, pack the chute, and wait for our call out. And next time, I got a bit enthusiastic. I saw Arby out in front of me and I thought, I'll see if I can catch him, but you know, I wasn't gonna catch him. We both ran 8:49. So anyway, next time I might just button off just before the line, and hopefully that that gets us the number we want. I mean, look, I already conceded that I'm not going to win anything. I just want to run a good representative time every day, and then hopefully at Heathcote on the last day, if we can get a good solid like 8:50 something, then maybe we can try for a new PB. That'd be the dream.
Blaring is Mark Arblaster, 8:63, 259.
Yeah, that's no good. All right, looks like we're doing a third run. Right, so they just opened the lanes for all the cars. We're going to go out for our third pass, hopefully our final pass for today, so we can get on the road. But anything between 8:50 and 9:0 would be great.
Okay, let's have a look and see how we go down the bottom end and over the finish line. Coming out of that little early model, 96.
What do we got? That'll do. That'll do. Got it? Probably could have stayed in it all the way through then.
Yeah, but an 890 is better than a fuck.
Well, we've got a pass that we can hand in. 890, it's a long way off the mark. I wish I'd stayed in it. I wasn't watching the boards. I should have watched to see that I only ran a 1.5, 160 foot. It hit, like it launched and it pulled on the power, and God, it felt good. And then I got out of it about 1200 foot and just let, you know, you can see I'm run 148 mile an hour across the line instead of 160 plus. So yeah, I washed off a lot of mile an hour. But we have a time sequence we can hand in, so we're going to do that. We're going to turn the car around for the street, and then fill up and hit the road because, yeah, like I said yesterday, it's not about the trophies. We got no chance of winning anything. I just want to complete the journey. So, drag racing is done for the day. The Brod's out burnout comp has started. So we've handed in our 890 time slip. We're ready to hit the road, and then our old nemesis, the Wandering Belt, has come up to party. We've snapped the idler pulley off, and we thought we're done. But then Adam from the garage has run around the pits, chasing up a belt of the right length, and we're going to bypass the idler, bypass the power steering, see if we can drive it like that. If we can, we're going to have to strong arm it all the way to Heathcote because no power steering. So, we've done half a drag challenge. Are we going to go further? We don't know, but you're going to see it on a future episode of Carnage.